Shalom, shalom. It's wonderful to be here with my friend and colleague, Rabbi Daniel Askenazi, who is a Mexican-born Jew and of Syrian descent, true Sephardi Yid, and is now the chief rabbi of Barcelona. I'm here in his wonderful office here in this beautiful shul, the first Beit Knesset, the first synagogue in continental Spain, built post-Inquisition. This remarkable place. So let me ask you, Rabbi Askenazi, how did you get here? How did you get this game?
I was living in Colombia. I was a rabbi in Colombia in a very small community. There were like 100 families. And my children were growing, and we decided with my wife that we need a more robust Jewish environment, Jewish community, with Jewish schools, with kashrut, with and also a professional challenge, a bigger professional challenge. Because although that community was a challenge, a big one, because small communities are challenging, we wanted more something more in the practical rabbinics.
Okay.
Understand? Like having experience in kashrut, in shchita, in milah, in all those practical rabbinics that there in Colombia were not that important.
You're not a shochet or a moil, are you?
No, but we did courses on kashrut for factories through the conference of European rabbis.
Very nice.
They had a program of young rabbis. And I was a part of the program of young rabbis, but then they called me and they said, Rabbi, we want to come to the new course. Yeah. I said, yes, we, the young rabbis, we need to. He said, no, you are not coming as a young rabbi, you're coming as a mentor for young rabbis. I felt, in one hand it was wonderful, in the other hand I felt like.
So let me ask you, you're an IDF soldier.
I was.
You were a soldier, you're a veteran, and I know your heart is there. I know your heart is with global Am Yisrael, with Medinat Yisrael, and you want to be there. How come you decided to stay here?
It's simple.
Yeah.
We have here a community that is composed in a huge percentage of Israelis, and many Jews that live here that they are not Israelis, local Jews, have their families there suffering. Like we have families that their relatives were kidnapped. And people are in fear. What can I tell you? It was a very, very hard situation when that happened. We were in Simchat Torah. We were praying. Then the security guards asked us not to ask us to stay because this happened. And when we knew, there are people that are Shomer Shabbat, there are people that they are not. And they knew before us, and they came and they told us, and it was a very sad Simchat Torah, as you say, a very sad Simchat Torah. So I made a Sheilat Chacham. I'm an officer in the IDF, so I could do something there. I am logistics, something like that. Physically, I don't know. I am not in my best. But maybe, so I made the Sheilat Chacham, staying or leaving, and the Chacham said, you have to stay. You have to stay in your community. They need your support.
Right.
They need your guidance, your advice, and of course the rabbi. Have this that it brings everything together. It's like the glue of the community. If you are not here, who will do it?
Right. Wow. So before we get to the beautiful parts of being Jews living in Spain, let's talk about the challenges. What is anti-Semitism like here now, and what directions is it coming from, and what does it look like now?
It's in the race. We are not going to lie. It's growing a lot.
Yeah.
Like never before.
Yeah.
I had this thing that they asked me to go with a hat.
Yeah.
I refused. I go in the street with my kippah because I am not ashamed.
Yeah.
And but the thing is that we had like the first days, the first months, even the first 2 months, It was like every day we received anti-Semitic slurs.
Wow.
Paintings in the walls, huge pro-Palestinian demonstrations. Like here in Barcelona, the people don't go and demonstrate as like in New York. Or it's not that common to have these kind of demonstrations, but we had like 70,000, 100,000 people marching.
Wow.
From the left and from the right. So where it's coming from, yes, also swastikas. And,
How does the anti-Semitism in Spain look different from the left and the right? How does it look different or sound different?
Okay, first of all, the left will tell you that it's not anti-Semitism.
Yes, it's just Israel.
Yeah, we don't hate Jews. I spoke with someone that told me, no, we don't hate Jews. We hate Zionists.
Right.
But the thing is that he told me that they were the worst. But 95% of the Jews are Zionists.
Right.
So what can we do? It's like that. They love. They have pictures of Neture Karta and this American organization called the Jewish Voice for Peace or something like that. And they say that it's not anti-Semitism. It's anti-Zionism. From the right, they don't hide it. It's against the Jews. Yeah. All of those conspiracy theories and George Soros.
Right. And they're nationalists. They want Spain to be nationalist, right?
You have nationalists and you have neo-Nazis. They are not nationalists. They want like a big white continent.
Right.
Without no Jews, no blacks, only whites in their definition.
Yeah.
And you have, of course, people that are in our favor. Also in the left, less in the left, and more in the right.
Wow. So after October 7th, do you have more Jews coming or less? On the one hand, we see around the world Jews are jazzed up. They're excited not excited, but they're animated to address and identify as Jews. On the other hand, people are afraid and they're hiding. So do you see more showing up or less in the last few months?
No, we do see more.
You see more.
We do see more participating in activities. Yeah. Maybe not in the shul. In the shul, they're more or less the same. But participating, like organizing and youth activities and Talmud Torah and Torah classes. Yeah. So there are more people coming, yes.
Now to turn from the darkness, because Am Yisrael has always known darkness, what does the beauty look like here? What do you find that is powerful, beautiful here in Spanish Jewry today?
Spanish Jewry, it's a survivor.
Yeah.
I believe that it's it's not the only case, but it's one of the most important and interesting cases of that. That there is this scandal that they try to extinguish here in Spain, and they went away. They went away to so many places. But now, in 1918, they returned here and they built this community. And they came from everywhere. All the Sephardic diaspora. They came from Morocco. They came from Turkey. They came from Greece. Also, they were Askenazi. What can we do? We returned here in Spain, and we built a strong community. Yeah. This is not the only community in Spain. We have in Madrid. It's the biggest one. Yeah. We have in Malaga, in Torremolinos, in Marbella, in the south, Ceuta and Melilla, in Alicante. So Jews returned to Spain. Yeah. Jews returned to Spain. Wow. I am not saying that we claimed our right, because it was awful how we were expelled. But the thing is that we were expelled and we returned, and creating this culture, this new Jewish culture in Spain, that it's like a melting pot. It's not like a regular Sephardic community, because in this community in Spain, in Barcelona, it's like a mini state of Israel. You have Israelis, you have Moroccans, you have Turkish, you have Ashkenazim, Argentinians, Venezuelans, and you put them all in a melting pot. and you have our community. It's not always easy,
Right.
but it's very nice. I can tell you, for example, that you can see a very Askenazi boy, his mother from the United States, his father from Germany, making bar mitzvah here, reading the Torah like the best of the Moroccans, with the Moroccan accent, with the Moroccan ta'amim. And the other way is the same also.
Wow, very nice. Wow, you are the right person to be in a position here. What a gift to the community that you're able to hold such a complex community together. Last question for you. So, given all the sages that came out of Spain, do you feel closer to the Torah? Like, how do you feel walking the streets of Barcelona? Like the Rashba, the Ramban,
exactly that.
Rabbi Yonah, it goes on and on.
Yeah.
How do you
exactly feel? Exactly that. When you walk the streets of the Gothic quarter, the Jewish quarter in Barcelona, and I go there often, you feel like you're walking the same paces that those rabbis, that we have all their books here, that you in yeshiva studied. You're walking their steps. It's a huge responsibility.
Yeah.
It's a huge responsibility, and also I will tell you more. We have, in my opinion, the biggest rabbis of all time here in Barcelona. The Rabbi.
Yeah.
The Rabbi that wrote more than 3,000 responses.
Wow.
That even the Rambam, I don't say that, but it's huge what happened here.
Yeah.
It's huge, and we have the responsibility to preserve that legacy. It's now ours.
Yeah.
So we went to the government, and we asked them to translate the responses of the Rashba and the Talmud into Catalan.
Yeah.
And they said, it's a lot of money. When we don't have translators, I say, yeah, that's a lot of money. Here, those books were burned.
Wow.
And now, it's your responsibility.
Wow.
It's your responsibility. Why?
Yeah.
Because I know those books. I have studied those books. But you don't.
Oh.
And it's also yours. It's the legacy of the city of Barcelona.
Wow.
So you have to... They accept it.
Really?
But we are not finding translators into Catalan. Yes.
But they're going to pay. They're going to pay. Wow.
Maybe.
Okay, beautiful. Okay, wishing you and your family and your community so much bracha, hatzlacha, and simcha, all good things.